Hey everyone, it's Diane. How are you doing today? Today in this video we're going to be talking about how to propagate your spider houseplants. Those of you that seem to have a lot of interest in houseplants, you got a bunch of babies growing on your houseplants, I'm going to show you a few different ways you can propagate today. First, let me show you my spider houseplants. Here is my oldest houseplant that I have in my north side facing window. And as you can see, I have lots of babies on them, but not all the babies are going to be good enough for me to transplant, and I'll show you why. Here is a spider houseplant that I took the cuttings off the other mother spider plant and made a nice big pot of spider plants. There's probably 5 or better in here. It's a big pot, and you see it's just starting to get babies. So as you can see, I have several babies, but not all of them. I'm not going to keep them all. There's just specific ones that I want that look the best, and I'm going to show you which ones are best to propagate. So let's get in close. Get yourself a nice scissors here, and so we can start propagating. So what I like to do is look for uniform growth. That looks like a really good one, right? And this is the one that I am going to cut to propagate. This is one of them. So what I do is, as you can see, it has this long stem. All you have to do is just cut it back to the plant. There's a bunch of roots already starting to form right here. But to get this sped up a little bit and to get some actual white roots growing out, we're going to place it in water or soil, depending on how you want to propagate. Okay? Let's just get a few off of here. And I'm just going to look through them. I'm looking for the ones that are very uniform. This one, it looks nice, but I'm not looking for that one. I am looking for some younger ones that aren't, some of these have been on here a little longer, and I really don't want them. Here's a nice smaller one that I like. I like the looks of this one. And I just keep on looking through here. Now this one, not so much. But you can propagate as many as you want. Some of these have been on here a while. Look at that. I don't really want them for my new pot. Here's a nice one. This one here is going to make a really big plant already, isn't it? We'll cut that one off. This one like here it'll be a nice good starter plant if you wanted to start them smaller. This would be a really nice one, but I'm going to let this one grow a little bit more. Cut this one. Alright, I got 5 of them here, and there's one that's got some browning on the tips. Easy to pull that off because that just comes from the watering, the water we have here. Okay, so you can clean them up really easy, just pull them off. But I got 5. That'll make a nice big pot. So let's get started now. I'll show you how we propagate these. There's a few different methods that you can do to propagate, okay? And the first thing I done was I put some plant food in the water, okay? That's the first thing I did. It's not necessary though, but it will help them get off to a good start. One method is the jar. I'm going to put a little water in there, enough so it, you know, the roots get down in there. This one's got a lot of leaves facing downward, I'm going to pull those off because I think it's an older cutting and I don't need all them going downward. So we'll set that in the water like so. I'm just going to set a couple in there just to let you know you can do it this way. Or you can put it in a pot already if you like, but you have to pay attention to it. You have to kind of watch it. So all you'll have to do is place it, push it down in the soil, firm the soil around, and water it in really good. So that's another method. I like this method. I use a tray that holds water. Just put some water in it, enough so the plants can set in it. And this is if I'm doing a whole bunch at a time, right? So I just let them set in here, like so, and make sure that the roots are covered with water, like so. Okay, just like that. Now I've done it this way when I did quite a few at a time. It worked really good. I just set them in that water and then the roots started growing and it worked really good. So those are the 3 methods that I recommend. A lot of people like to do it this way. It's so simple. You can put it on your windowsill and just watch it grow. And it's kind of fun to see all the roots, you know, growing in the jar. This method, you're done for a while, right? You just got to kind of watch it and water it, okay? But this works too, and it's very simple to do. Spider plants can handle a little lower light. I have some on my north-facing window. I've had them on my south-facing window with some filtered light, and they've done great in both places. I kind of prefer the north-facing window. They don't seem to dry out as fast, and they seem to just do fine there too. So I hope that this will help you propagate, make new spider plants out of the baby plants, the runners that are coming down on your spider plant. Now I like to put more than one in a pot because you're going to get that fullness a lot faster. You're going to get babies a lot faster. You're just going to get that satisfaction, you know, instant gratification if you put like 3 or 5 in a pot, depending on how big your pot is, okay? So they do have a tendency to get brown tips, and I think that has a lot to do with my water here. So if you have distilled water, rainwater, it'd probably work better for your spider plants. Got an April 25th update on the spider plants that I am rooting in water. Check them out. This has been since April 16th. Look at all the root growth. I could probably plant these already. It'd be easy to do. Just the one I planted. Looking good. Hey everyone. Well, today is May 2nd. I'll give you an update on the spider plants that I was rooting in water, right? Look at this. Look at that. You can see the new ones, new growth, new root growth. Look at that. Everyone is looking wonderfully. So you know what? Let's plant them. I think this is going to be my patio plant. I'm going to put it out on my patio. Alright, so should we plant them? So we have 4 of them here, right? I'm just going to I'm going to take this biggest one out. He's going to go by himself. And then I'm going to put 3 in this 9x9 pot. It's a beautiful pot. Look at that. Won't that be pretty on the patio? Now, I like instant gratification, so I usually plant pretty thick. And this may need transplanted later on. I can pop them out of here and put them in a bigger pot. But for you, I want to show you that if you want instant gratification, you can plant them pretty thick, okay? Using a peat and perlite with a little bark mix. Get that at our local garden store. It works great. I know you guys and gals all prefer different soils, so use what you like to use when you are planting your plants, okay? So let's get going. I'll bring you in, and this is so easy to do. These look really good, and you'll get a close-up here in a minute. All right. I wetted the soil down a little bit, so it was really dusty. So all you have to do is make an indentation in your soil, and you're going to want, you don't want these too deep. The roots down in the soil to around right around this area here, okay? And just firm it around. Now, you know what I've been doing? We have our humidifier on already. So I've been using the humidifier water with compost and to make compost tea out of compost, okay? So that's going to be really good nutrition for these plants. And that humidifier water is excellent for them. I've been using it downstairs on all my plants in the grow room too. So here you go. There's the finished product. Clean up your pot. Let's water it in. I'm going to have some information in the description area on spider plants. Spider plants have done well for me. North facing window, south filtered facing window, and they actually do good outside too. But just don't let them out in hot sun all day, okay? It's not going to work for them. So there's the finished product. Just wait in a couple weeks or so, maybe a little more. This is going to be so much fuller. So that's going to be really pretty on the patio, right? And I'll probably even show that to you later on. This final one, which is the biggest, this one's going to get put in a pot by itself. And I got to find me a pot to put it in. And then I'm probably just going to leave this one in the house or put it out in the greenhouse. So I hope you enjoyed this video on propagating the spider plant. This is one of the most popular plants, easy to grow for any beginner or anyone that is looking to start their own house plants in your home, okay? This is a really easy one to grow. The most advice I can give you is don't use tap water. The tap water makes brown tips on the ends of the leaves, and it gets pretty ugly, it really does. So I'm going to try to use my humidifier water when I can, and then otherwise the well water outside. I think that should work a little better too, and just see what the difference is. So give it a thumbs up if you like this video. You got any comments or questions, just toss a comment down below, and we'll see you on the next video. I hope you enjoyed this one. Bye now.